West Ham have tried to break into the Premier League top 6 for years. They even spent 170 million last summer to improve their squad. Yet their project has failed and they're in the relegation zone. You'd think this is because their team is average, but no, the truth is they've got enough talent. The likes of Lucas Paqueta, Declan Rice, these are world-class players. Clearly David Moyes, their current manager, has not done a good job and it's time for him to get sacked. And so there's only one man who can fix West Ham from this situation, get them out of the relegation zone and make them England's best club. And yes, that's me. I'm gonna become the manager of West Ham. Day 1 as West Ham manager begins now. First thing we gotta do is assess the squad and figure out how a team with so much talent is doing so poorly. It still baffles me that a squad with Lucas Paqueta, Declan Rice, Soucek, Jared Bowen, all of these amazing players is doing this bad together. And after analyzing a few scout reports on the squad, I think I figured out what the problem is. There are two areas of this team which if we can improve, I think the results will be a lot better. Number one is pretty simple. The two left backs we've got at the club, Emerson and Aaron Cresswell, they're not particularly that good. We can definitely look for an improvement in that position. Signing a left back in this window is now one of our priorities. Next up, the midfield. Now you might think Paqueta, Declan and Soucek, that is amazing. But I'll be honest, the way I want to play with this team, I don't see Declan Rice and Soucek playing together. It just won't work for me. I want a box-to-box midfielder alongside Declan Rice. That way Paqueta can get a bit of help and also it'll help connect our attack with our defense. Sorry Soucek, but we're gonna put you on the bench and bring in another midfielder. But all of this depends if the board really want to back us this season. And just before I start thinking about players to sign, we get a call from the board. Hey Sid, welcome to West Ham. We desperately needed a new manager and I'm hopeful you're the right man for the job. But without wasting any more of your time, let's straight away get into business. What do you think of the team? Honestly, I really like it. Lucas Paqueta as a baller, I think he's going to be amazing for us. But I still feel like I want to make a couple more signings to improve the team because I think if we do that, we could go far. What? Are you kidding me? A couple more signings? I just invested 170 million into this club. Like, I don't think that's possible. Come on, guys. You've brought in a new manager. You got to let me execute my ideas. All right. You know what, Sid? I'll give you the money, but there's a catch. I'll get you about 70 million to spend this window, but you're going to have to guarantee me that this season you'll get West Ham into the top 8. Ooh, that's a challenge, but you know what? I think I can do it. Give me the money. Let's get it done. For a moment, I thought we were going to be here at West Ham with no signings to make, but it's good to see the board listening to us. They're backing us with 70 million for the season, but they expect results. We need to finish at least top 8 in the Premier League. It's now time to put that 70 million into use. We're negotiating with Eric Den Haag for our first transfer. Who could the player be from Man United? And the player from Manchester United is Luke Shaw. Yes, we somehow convinced him to join his buddy Declan Rice at West Ham. This transfer was incredibly difficult to pull off. Convincing Luke Shaw that our project is real was not easy, but in the end, he agreed. Had to bring out the checkbook though for this. We paid about 30 million to sign Luke Shaw from Man United. But we were not done yet. It was time to now make that box-to-box midfielder signing I've been talking about. Kefren Thuram was the next player we signed, an absolute baller in midfield, younger brother of Marcus Thuram. 30 million for this signing, but I think it's worth it. With Kefren Thuram and Luke Shaw coming in, our team was definitely coming together, looking a lot better, definitely more balanced. And so it's time to put our team to test in our first Premier League game of the season. But as we kicked off our first ever game with West Ham, I quickly found out a major flaw we had in this team. Guys, I've just realized we've literally got no pace whatsoever. Ben Rama cannot beat anyone for pace. And just like that, our first game with West Ham ends in a 0-0 draw. This is a problem. As good as we've made our defense in midfield, we have no pace to attack. And this is a real problem I'm talking about because Kamaka isn't quick by any means. He needs runners and we don't really have any quick players. Well, we also don't have as much money as well, just 13 million. I think we need to make sacrifices to bring in a winger. So we begin a club clear out. The first one to leave is Angelo Ogbonna, who we get 3.7 million for. The next one is Antonio, who we get 8.6 million for. Couple of solid player sales, but we're still on just 27 million. We need more. And finally, this was it. The transfer that could help us bring in a new left winger. An offer from Spurs for Benrahma. If we can get about 17 million for Said Benrahma, that'll give us good money to bring in a replacement. And there you go. Looks like it worked. And so the transfer of Benrahma was complete. He was leaving the club as well. We now had about 43 million to bring in a left winger. But the one problem we had, it was deadline day and time was ticking. And so here I was in the offices trying to scramble and sign a left winger. And I think I found the perfect one. And so on deadline day, with just a few hours to go, we bring in a brand new left winger. It is Harvey Barnes from Leicester City. We had to pay 31 million for him. But one thing's for sure, he's quick, and that's something we don't have in this team. But is this team that we've built good enough to get top 8? Well, that'll totally depend if we can deliver in the Premier League. Time to see if everything we've built so far is working or not. Paqueta sees Declan Rice, and the captain might end up scoring our first goal. Let's go! Declan Rice scores! Come on! Harvey Barnes with his pace, making use of it, and Declan Rice again? Since when has he become a goal scorer like this? What is going on? Club captain is leading by example. Bowen. Oh, what a header from Harvey Barnes. I did not expect that to go in. Oh, my days. 5-0 is the scoreline versus Everton. This shows that all our tactics and everything, the signings we've made, everything is clicking. But can we keep this up in the Premier League? Halfway through the season, and not bad at all. We're 8th in the Premier League, not far off from being 5th, just 3 points off. This is brilliant. I'm sure the board will be happy with this. Sadly, though, we won't really have any money to invest. We already went over budget, and I don't want to ask the board for more money. They've already done a fair bit for us this season. So this is the team we've got until the end of the season. No more changes. Can we still get that top 8 finish, or maybe even beyond? To prove that we belong in the top 8, we belong potentially in the top 6, we need to beat some of the big boys. And well, if we can beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, a fellow London club, there won't be a better statement like that. That's why we've got Harvey Barnes in the team to bring that pace in, and of course the trickery as well. It's going to go all the way. It's brilliant stuff from Harvey Barnes. What a goal. Barnes. Luke Shaw's made a phenomenal run, squares it inside, and Scamacca doing the goal poaching. You'll love to see that. That's a brilliant finish from the Italian. Harvey Barnes' pace has genuinely been game-changing. We could kill this game off if Barnes decides to do exactly that. And yes, indeed, Harvey Barnes this season has been stellar. What an incredible transfer, and he buys us a win against Chelsea. This is the moment we can look back on and see where West Ham emerged as one of the top teams in England. And that was the result that spurred us on for the rest of the season. We're at the end of the season, and under my management, West Ham managed to finish 7th in the Premier League in our first season. Not bad at all. Beating Chelsea was game-changing for us as we end up finishing above them. This shows that we're in the right direction. We've taken a club that were 18th in the Premier League to now 7th, and this is just the start. It's now time for our second season at West Ham. We need to build on this amazing foundation that we've built at this club. Our squad has just gotten better with Harvey Barnes, Lucas Paqueta, Thuram, and Declan Rice as the leader. If we can make a few more signings, improve this team, then I feel we can break into the top 4 this season. I know that sounds crazy, but did you see what we did to Chelsea last season? With more quality, we can do that consistently. And of course, the West Ham owners are willing to back us on this project. They've given us 77 million to spend. But just as I was planning on which players to sign and improve the team, I get a message from Declan Rice. Gaffer, you know my contract is expiring at the end of the season, and I've just got an offer from Manchester United. They want to sign me for free at the end of the season, and I'm considering it. Whoa, Declan, you're our captain. This is crazy. We're building the team around you. The truth is, boss, I want to win trophies, and I don't feel like at West Ham we're going to be a club that can win many trophies. A footballer's career is very short, and I don't want to end up wasting it. I respect West Ham a lot, but I feel like this is the right choice for me. You know what, Declan? Let's strike a deal. If we somehow win a trophy this season, you'll have to re-sign with us for the next few years. If not, you're free to go wherever you want. All right, boss, I'm with you here. We win a trophy, I'm in. There's nothing more I want than winning a trophy with West Ham. Straight after that call with Declan Rice, I was shocked, because if our key player, if our best player, if our club captain leaves, this project is a complete failure. We We need to show Declan Rice that we're a team that's aspiring to be England's best club, and we're going to do everything possible to win a trophy. To win trophies, we need to improve our team, and we straight away get into some transfer business, making our first signing. We've just made the transfer of Serginho Dest for that right back position, an American with a lot of talent, and we managed to sign him for 24 million. And then to make a bit of cash, I sold Kufal. We got his replacement in Dest. It made sense to do this. We'll need every bit of cash this season because I want to improve this team to try and win trophies. We were now up to 67 million, and the next upgrade I feel this team needs is the goalkeeper position. And so we go ahead and sign England's #1 keeper in Jordan Pickford. He's played at multiple World Cups, has got the experience, and I think he'll be a great personality to lead our backline. And I can't lie, we got him for a pretty good deal, just 28 million. With a bit of season ticket money coming in, we were now up to 43 million. Now after looking at the team, finally I decided that maybe if we get a better centre-back, that could be huge for us. At the moment, we've got Kurt Zuma, Agard, and Kehrer in the team. If we can maybe swap out Zuma and get a better centre-back, nothing like it. And so we pull off an audacious swap deal between Kurt Zuma and Gabriel. Gabriel has played for Arsenal before. He was now playing at Juventus, but he's got the Premier League experience, and I thought this was perfect. A signing like this shows Declan Rice that this club has a proper project. With that, I believe our team is better than ever. Massive improvements to our backline. Can we get top 4 in the Premier League? Can we win a trophy? Remember, we failed to win a title, and Declan Rice won't renew with us. And so our quest to win a trophy begins this season. The first trophy we can actually win is the Carabao Cup, and our luck is incredibly bad as we drew Manchester United at Old Trafford in literally the first round. We lose this, that is a chance to win a trophy gone, and that man could be headed to Man United, the team we're facing. Manchester United with a chance already. How did that go through Pickford? No! Oh no, this night gets worse as Harvey Barnes ends up getting injured, and it looks like a pretty serious one. Things couldn't have gone worse for us. Oh my days. Manchester United, oh wow. Oh wow, it's done. That is our chances of winning the Carabao Cup gone. To make things worse, Harvey Barnes had dislocated his shoulder and he was out for the next couple of months. Harvey Barnes was our only outlet for pace. If we don't replace him with someone like for like, we're going to be in trouble. Pablo Fornals can play there, but he has no pace. Maxwell Cornet though, maybe this is his chance to show what he's all about. And boy was I glad to trust Maxwell Cornet. He put in a great shift when required. Oh, it's now time to see the pace of Maxwell Cornet. Oh, he is quick. He's an absolute rocket ship. Look at him go this way. Still Cornet gets the goal as well. Just incredible. Here's Cornet, the most direct player we've got in our team right now, as he looks to open up space. Absolutely ridiculously quick. Nobody's touching him here. Looks for a ball inside for Thuram. Bang. Yo, Cornet has been insane. Halfway through this season, we're 5th in the Premier League, very much in the fight for top 4, even potentially the title. But let's not forget, winning a trophy this season is just as important as top 4 or anything, because Declan Rice, his contract expires in 6 months. We don't win silverware this season, he's not going to renew for us. It was now time to focus on the FA Cup. Realistically, the only trophy we can win this season. But look at our luck. In one of the very first rounds of the FA Cup, we draw Arsenal. But this game is do or die. We lose and get knocked out, Declan Rice is gone next season. That T4 won't be there anymore. All to play for against Arsenal. We win this game and we can believe of winning the FA Cup. Oh, Thuram. Tough angle, but he's managed to squeeze it in. Huge goal from Kefren Thuram. 1-0 against Arsenal. Thuram again. Oh, that's special. Let's go. 2-0. We might just pull this off. And yes, we managed to knock out Arsenal from the FA Cup, but that was just the first hurdle. But with the return of Harvey Barnes, this team started to believe. Harvey Barnes, oh, he's quick. He's really quick, and that's a phenomenal goal in the FA Cup. He's truly back. Harvey Barnes, oh, what an effort. That is absolutely brilliant. To do that in the FA Cup, simply sensational. And so we made it to an FA Cup final. We're up against Man City. If we want to keep our club captain, we need to somehow beat City. This was an FA Cup final. It started with both teams having chances. Paqueta, lovely bit of shimmies. Still Paqueta, trying something here, looking for Harvey Barnes, has to be him, no! Foden for Holland, this is bad, we just about clear it away. Just as this game was wearing out towards the end, we had one chance. Paqueta, Thuram, Who's going to be the hero? Jared Bowen, ball inside, and Scamacca of all players. He's barely had a done, and the Italian is just about to win West Ham one of the biggest trophies they've ever won. And yes, it's done. We've just won the FA Cup with West Ham. A trophy has been secured in our second season at the job. And so we get to see Declan Rice lift a trophy for West Ham. This is emotional. His story here is not over yet. Just after the final, I get a message from Declan Rice. Gaffer, you did it, man. You've built a team that's just won us the FA Cup. I can't believe it. This wouldn't be possible without you. Just as I promised, I'm going to sign the contract. But let's not stop here. We're going for the Premier League and even the Champions League. Let's do this, Captain. And just like that, we end the season with Declan Rice signing on the dotted lines and continuing as a West Ham player. Last season was something special. We managed to win the FA Cup with West Ham, but while we were completely focused on the FA Cup, we couldn't really give it everything in the Premier League and we ended up finishing 5th. But this season, things are different. We have a complete squad, solid squad depth. If we make a few signings, I'm sure West Ham can challenge for the Premier League title. Once again, we're managing a club where the board are willing to give us all the money to make West Ham England's best club, so 160 million to spend this season. But in all honesty, I'm really enjoying the team that we've built, and I feel like our squad is very much complete. But of course, there's always room for improvement, so I think this season, the plan is to improve a bit of squad depth and bring in more players to compete. If we can bring in a winger and a centre-back this season, we'll have a complete squad of 22 players ready to challenge for the Premier League. And so for 46 million, we sign a Brazilian winger Raphael from Barcelona. He's the kind of player that's going to bring some flair to this team. It definitely feels like adding Raphael gives us an incredible amount of squad depth. But even after Raphael's signing, we were left with 110 million, and although I was thinking we don't need to really improve our first team, I had an idea. And so for 90 million, we make our most expensive signing yet in Cristian Romero. To win the Premier League, we need experienced defenders who've won trophies. Romero has won both the World Cup and the Copa America. He knows how to win, and that's why we've signed him. But the real question is, are the changes that we've made enough to make us a Premier League winning club? Well, the good thing was our new signings fit in absolutely perfectly. Cristian Romero was an absolute rock at the back, and he improved our team defensively so much. And Raphael, on the other hand, was bringing a bit of flair to the team. Fake shotting inside, it's lovely stuff, and he gets his goal. The Brazilian flair is now in this team. And so halfway through the season, we're well and truly in the title fight. Just 3 points off Man City and 1 point off Manchester United, who are looking to be our title rivals for the season. In the second half of the season, we now have a chance to maybe improve the team, bring in some reinforcements, but with just 14 million left, I don't think there's much we can do. And to be honest, with the team clicking so well, do we even want to make changes? No, I think we're going to stick with this team and do everything possible to win the Premier League. To win the Premier League with West Ham, what we need to do is very clear. We need to beat both Manchester United and Man City. If we can do this, I think we'll be champions of England. And first up, we have Manchester United. Jared Bowen has broken through for once. Bowen looks to play this one in for Paqueta on the volley in the 70th minute. We get the lead against Manchester United. As things stand, we're going to cross our first hurdle of beating United. Scamacca. Barnes. Oh, it's a lovely finish. What a touch from Harvey Barnes. And there you go. It's looking like we're going to beat Man United. And that's exactly what happens. We're past our first hurdle. Only Manchester City remains. Now, because we were completely focused on the Premier League, we did let other competitions suffer. We lost the Carabao Cup final to Man City, knocked out in the FA Cup in the semi-finals. The same with the Europa League as well. And so, this is it. We've sacrificed everything this season for the Premier League title. If we beat Man City tonight at home, we'll be champions of England. Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen. Oh my God, what a run and what a goal on the big stage. Jared Bowen has scored the goal to potentially win us the Premier League. Chance to kill the game off again. It's Jared Bowen and it's done. We're going to end up winning the Premier League. What an achievement for West Ham. And yes, we pulled it off. West Ham are Premier League winners. This wasn't easy, man. Look at how close it was against Man City, making that win against them even more important. The man who scored both our goals against Man City, Jared Bowen ended up being our player of the season. We've now made West Ham England's best club. Maybe it's time to relax a bit. But just as I had that thought, we got a call from the board of directors. Yes, Sid, we've won the Premier League. I can't believe it. I know, this is just crazy. But let's not stop here. The momentum is with us. Let's go for the Champions League next season. Whoa, that is ambitious. Let's see what happens. We're now in our 4th season with West Ham, and we've genuinely built a team that can maybe go all the way in the Champions League. That's got to be our goal now that we're Premier League winners. And with the backing of the board, 194 million, it looks like we can make a superstar signing that could instantly make us Champions League contenders. And that one superstar signing is Raphael. If we can somehow pull this off, that'll be just ridiculous. And so we begin negotiations with AC Milan, starting with a 130 million bid, which by the way they did not agree to, but they did counter with 139.6, and there was no way I was letting this go. The most expensive transfer in West Ham's history is about to be made. Convincing Raphael about our project was the easy part. He wanted to join a Premier League winning club. That's the difference now. We've got the pull to attract the best talent. It's our first superstar signing, Raphael. Welcome to West Ham. And with Raphael, it's time to begin our Champions League journey. Raphael, and he gets his first goal in a West Ham shirt in our first Champions League game. What a player. Could he be the man firing us to a Champions League final this season? We had drawn a really difficult Champions League group. We had Bayern and Ajax. But with the signing of Raphael, our team was different. Raphael opening up space once again from the left wing position and bang off the post, this time against Bayern Munich. And he's doing the gritty as well. And so we managed to top our Champions League group. The fact that we've done it with Bayern Munich is huge. But now the serious business is about to begin. The Champions League knockouts. In the round of 16, we've drawn Sporting. And if I'm being honest with the team we had, we made light work of this. With Sporting knocked out, it was now time for the Champions League quarterfinals. But we got the most difficult draw possible. That's right, PSG. We're going to be up against Kylian Mbappe for the first time ever. Although this looks like a daunting task, it is also an opportunity. We knock out PSG, we make a statement. Raphael, what a lovely ball for Scamacca, and that's a brilliant finish from the Italian. 1-0. Raphael has managed to break through, smartly sees the cutback, and Scamacca again. It's 2-0 against PSG. This could be a special night in Paris. Oh, PSG have completely been exposed as Leao tries to set Scamacca up because he was on a hat-trick. Scamacca creates history, a hat-trick in the Champions League. Surely it's over for PSG. And yes, we create history by knocking PSG out. It's now time for the semi-finals, and I think we've just gotten the easiest draw in the history of football. Club Brugge were absolutely no match for us. And so we've done it. West Ham in a Champions League final in 4 seasons. We've got them on the verge of being the world's best club. Before we play the final, let's actually see how we've done in all other competitions. The focus was mostly the Champions League, so that did affect our Premier League season, but hey, we still finished second. We got ourselves a Community Shield and an FA Cup, but everything depends on this. We want to make West Ham the world's best club, and these players deserve it, man. Jared Bowen with another ridiculous season, Scamacca as well. Leao has been a tremendous signing. We gotta do it for them. Just as everybody was getting ready for the Champions League final in the dressing room, Declan Rice came up to me. Hey boss, remember 2 years ago I was on the verge of leaving this club, but you convinced me to stay. You proved it to me that West Ham can become the world's best club, and here we are together on the verge of making it happen. I know, Declan, this is crazy, but here we are, and a big part of it has got to be you as well. As club captain, you've led the team to this point. I'm just glad I decided to stay, but the job's not done yet. Together, let's make West Ham the world's best club. Let's do it! And so here we go. West Ham's final peak. A chance towards eternal glory. Champions League final against Barcelona. The Champions League final started off intensely with both teams having chances to score. But as the half progressed, Barcelona were getting better and better, and just before halftime, they strike the first blow. It's halftime, guys. 1-0 down. We can't be losing a Champions League final after all we've built. Second half, we've got to produce something special. There was no way we're leaving this stadium empty-handed. In the second half, we gave everything. Oh, Scamacca has got an in behind on the volley. Oh, that's a brilliant finish. Let's go. We're back in this. But even Barcelona weren't about to give up as they scored the next goal to take the lead. We now have just 14 minutes to get another goal. Otherwise, our dream is over. But just as you thought it was all over, West Ham respond. Bowen. What a ball for Paqueta. Squaring this one for Leo. Oh my god, the Barcelona defense caught lacking. Incredible as we get the equalizer at the end. Just 5 minutes plus added time left. Whoever scores the next goal, it's over. They're winning the Champions League. It could just be us. Tired legs for Barcelona as Raphael has broken through and he scores in the 90th minute. We have crushed Blaugrana dreams as West Ham have become Champions League winners. It is over. The most dramatic of ways. We've just won the Champions League. And that was, guys, literally the last kick of the game. We've just made West Ham not England's best club, but the entire world's best club. Look at the celebrations, boys. What a project this was. Taking West Ham all the way from 18th in the Premier League to Premier League winners and now Champions League winners as well. If you enjoyed this journey with West Ham, I'm sure you'll enjoy me taking a trip down to Spain and fix Valencia. Click somewhere here to watch that.